think the number one issue that is in the selection, that which people should make a selection of the President of the United States, is will this person carry on in the Judeo-Christian principled tradition.
You believe that Jerry Falwell is still an agent of intolerance?
No, I don't. I think that Jerry Falwell can explain to you his views on this program when you have him on.
What we saw on Tuesday, as terrible as it is, could be minuscule if in fact God continues to lift the curtain and allow the enemies of America to give us probably what we deserve. I really believe that the pagans and the abortionists and the feminists and the gays and the lesbians who are actively trying to make that an alternative lifestyle, the ACLU, People for the American Way, all of them who tried to secularize America, I point the finger in their face and say, you helped this happen.
I believe that the quote, Christian right has a major role to play in the Republican Party. One reason is because they're so active and their followers are.
We are getting a larger and larger percentage of the vote in each primary of Republicans that call themselves conservative. I was pleased to have the endorsement of Pastor John Hagee yesterday.
And this nation is going to go through a bloodbath that you have permitted because of what you have done. You have disobeyed the law of God. And now we as a nation are going to pay a price for that. The judgment of the nations is going to happen as soon as Christ returns to earth. As soon as he sets up his throne on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, he's going to rule the world with a rod of iron. What does that mean? That means he's going to make the ACLU do what he wants them to. You're not going to have to ask if you can pray in public school. You're not going to have to ask if you can have the 10 Commandments in the front yard. We will live by the law of God and no other law. World War III has already started. We're just not smart enough to connect the dots yet.
Therefore, it is time for America to embrace the words of Senator Joseph Lieberman and consider a military preemptive strike against Iran.
That old Beach Boys song, Bomberan. Bom, 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 bom.
And I believe that this is a possibility that is maybe closer to reality than we are discussing. And I think that people can reach different conclusions, and they maybe seek different levels of faith, or that within different candidates. But personally, that's just. I prefer someone who I know has a solid grounding in my faith.
And I'm very honored today to have one of the truly great leaders in America, a moral compass, a spiritual guide, Pastor Wright Parsley. Very grateful. And I want to assure you, he should be talking, not me.
Incite a riot. I came to effect a divine disturbance in the heart and soul of the church. Man your battle station. Ready your weapon.
God said you need an airplane. Shout for an airplane.
Our society ought to be secular, we are told. No prayer in our schools.
This is not about homosexual rights or lesbian rights. This is about the destruction of the very covenant.
We are the largest special interest group in America today, and for far too long, our values have trampled underfoot. But somebody's going to join me this morning and shout, silent no more.
It's very hard trying to do the Lord's work in the city of Satan, and I'm grateful to have it.
I just feel that my faith is probably a better spiritual guidance, of better spiritual guidance. But I don't say that we would rule out under any circumstances someone of a different faith. I just feel that that's an important part of our qualifications to lead.